First at 4, we're digging deeper into an inmate death in Chatham County.
Two departments are disagreeing over who had custody of him when he had a medical issue. WSAV's Sarah Smith has been investigating this, and Sarah is joining us now.
Well, this is the body-worn camera footage of Savannah police officer arresting Carlos Gutierrez and taking him to the Chatham County Detention Center 6 months ago. The sheriff's department is claiming they didn't have custody of the man, even though he was physically at the jail. And this is raising questions because the man died at the hospital after a medical incident at that detention center. Now, Gutierrez was arrested by Savannah police for criminal trespass and obstruction of an officer at a gas station on MLK Jr. Boulevard on November 18th, 2025. At the detention center, you see Gutierrez apparently pushing law enforcement to get to the door. Deputies then force him to the floor. Once in leg restraints, Gutierrez was treated by a nurse and cleared to be booked, according to the SPD officer's report. Even so, he suffered some sort of medical issue and ended up dying at the hospital 1 week later. SPD and CCSO are now disagreeing over who had custody of him at the time of his death. An SPD spokesperson says their officer transferred the intake paperwork to detention center staff and got a verbal confirmation from the nurse. You'll hear it here that the inmate was accepted.
Notice false! Notice false! You accepted him.
Savannah police say their involvement ended in that moment, but a spokesperson with the sheriff's office told WSAV they have no record of Gutierrez being taken into custody and they don't have his intake paperwork. An autopsy has been performed to determine the cause of death, but it's pending at this time. Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Sarah, thanks so much. A Brunswick man has been arrested after allegedly making threats on social media directed at an upcoming event. Earlier this week, an investigation into its credibility began immediately. As a result, 25-year-old Christopher Waller was actually arrested today, charged with terroristic threats. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information asked to contact the Brunswick Police Department, 912-279-2641.
We are learning more now about yesterday's shooting at a Garden City gas station that left one woman with serious injuries. Police in Garden City were dispatched to Love's gas station on Sunny Purdue Drive. That happened just before 7 yesterday morning. A woman was found inside a vehicle there with life-threatening injuries. She was taken to the hospital in critical condition. 29-year-old Ryan Boyd was arrested. According to a police report, he's been charged with aggravated assault and battery, property damage, attempt to commit a felony, and firearm possession during a felony.
WSAV's your local election headquarters in the Beaufort County Council will soon have some new faces. 2 of the 3 incumbents running in the primary lost, 2 others not returning. Trey Judy won his Democratic race this week and will now face off against Republican Craig Gordon, who defeated incumbent Paula Brown by less than 3%.
I looked at the votes in our district. I think it's a little more of an uphill battle than I thought. But given the way our country is going, given the challenge that we have at a national level, given the interest that we're going to have in District 1, Lindsey Graham's seat, and I think that's going to really do quite a lot to boost turnout. And I also think that people are going to be more open-minded.
Now in Georgia, today is the last day for early voting in the primary runoff. On the Republican side, that includes some major races. The runoff for Republican nominee for governor, and now a high-profile Republican senator has made an endorsement in that race. Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz endorsing Rick Jackson to be Georgia's next governor. In a statement, Cruz said, quote, "Rick understands firsthand the challenges facing working families, and he knows that freedom and opportunity, not bigger government, are the keys to prosperity. Georgia needs a proven fighter, and Rick is exactly that leader." Well, Jackson is part of the Republican gubernatorial runoff and competing with Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones to determine who will face Democrat Keisha Lance Bottoms in November. Today, once again, is the last day for early voting, and Election Day is next Tuesday. For more information on elections across our area, go to our website, wsav.com/electionhq.
The city of Hardeeville planning for its future with its just adopted 2027 budget. The $93 million budget includes close to $30 million for capital improvements and $48 million for daily operations. Also includes several new positions, including one to oversee a brand new Hardeeville farmers market. The best news for people who live there, the millage rate is going down again. While the city continues to grow at record rates, City Manager Josh Gruber says they're trying not to put the burden on the growth for citizens.
Always look at kind of what our short and long-term needs are, and then we look at the revenues that are coming in. So we've got a lot of transportation infrastructure projects that are online and going forward right now, but a lot of those projects are paid for with development fees that we get from these different communities. And so that is what funds a lot of our capital projects.
And Gruber adds that means the revenue from new homeowners in Hardeeville can actually go to other projects like a proposed Main Street and parks in the area. The new budget goes into effect on July 1st.
Another local budget for 2027 is a done deal. Bullock County Schools approving next year's budget. On Thursday, the Bullock County Board of Education unanimously approved its budget, and it is in good standing and has a slight difference of more revenue than expenditures because of higher than expected returns from the state. A highlight is the necessary funding to begin construction for a new two-story Southeast Bullock High School, thanks to voters passing East Blast 6 last November.
We are so excited. The excitement to hear from Craig this afternoon to say, look, we will hopefully start by September with this new school. And as you notice, we asked a question that we didn't get an answer to: how long do we have to wait now? Because we initially thought it would be 5 years from start to finish. So just to get that started is exciting.
Now, the budget finalization did not include setting a millage rate, as school leaders say that discussions about that rate will be held once the district receives information from the County Tax Commissioner's office.
The city of Savannah working to helping people who want a fresh start after a brush with the law. Their goal is to give them a path forward by connecting them with career opportunities and other resources. That is the idea behind the Second Chance Workforce Summit. WSV's Jillian Coles shows us how it's already changing lives for the better.
Your past doesn't determine your future, you do. That's this year's theme at today's Workforce Summit. It's being held right here at the Pennsylvania Avenue Resource Center, and organizers tell me the goal is to give individuals previously involved in the justice system a second chance.
The Second Chance Workforce Summit hosted organizations like Goodwill and Step Up Savannah. They offer job seekers career opportunities. Attendees who were once involved in the justice system get the chance to start fresh with a firmer footing. WorkSource Coastal Georgia staff were also on hand to offer resume building to those starting from scratch. While not everyone in attendance had past legal issues, Danielle Irwin Campbell, the organizer, says she hopes those who have found hope for the future.
I am hoping that we impart hope into them on today, and that they see that they really can start a better life for themselves and their families. And not everybody has shut them out. We are here, we're in this together, and that they have a community.
For those who could not attend today's expo, officials say you can come here to Park Monday through Thursday 9 to 7 or Friday 9 to 6 to get connected with career resources. Reporting in Savannah, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3 on your side.
A big step forward, Union Mission cutting the ribbon today on a new resource center. This edition comes months after Union Mission took over Emmaus House. WSAV's Nakia Harris takes us there.
Union Mission says this ribbon cutting is a major step forward, expanding services and increasing capacity to 200 people a day.
Mission and Emmaus House are now coming together under one roof with one goal: helping more people experiencing homelessness get the support they need. And the need is growing. Over the last 2 years, Union Mission says daily attendance has jumped 167%. In 2025, Emmaus House served more than 450 people. The new resource center will offer meals, healthcare, job support, and other services all in one building. CEO Michael Trainer says the goal isn't just offering services to unhoused individuals.
Here we want to say go down the hall. And by being able to do that, we think we can lessen the amount of time it takes somebody to overcome their obstacles. At the end of the day, that's what we're going to grade ourselves on. Are we getting people out of homelessness? But all these services that we have here help us be able to do that.
Nakaya Harris, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Well, today, WSAV joined Nexstar Nation stations across the country in celebrating Founders Day. It's a day of community service marking the company's 30th anniversary. Employees volunteered with local nonprofits throughout the coastal empire and low country. One of those stops brought the WSAV staff to Oatland Island Wildlife Center to spend the day with participants from Employability. Founders Day is an annual Nexstar tradition that encourages employees to give back to the communities they serve. At Oatland Island Wildlife Center, WSAV team members helped lead tours, interacted with animals, and spent time with clients from Employability, the Savannah-based organization celebrating its 75th anniversary this year, providing services for more than 1,000 individuals with disabilities throughout the region. Volunteers say the event offered an opportunity to connect directly with people in the community outside of the newsroom. And you might recognize these faces among those at Oatland Island today, our own Ben Singer and Kim Gusby.
What's cool about this pairing today is we're celebrating 30 years.
Yes, we are.
Employability is celebrating 75 years of helping differently abled adults in our community. Actually, they're in high schools now.
Yes, they
They're
are.
serving 1,000 of our neighbors day in and day out. And so it's such an important program, and it's fun to highlight them.
And it's fun to be here with them this summer, even though we're in the heat.
Well, similar service projects took place at more than 100 Nexstar stations nationwide. Organizers say the goal is to strengthen community connections while supporting local organizations who are making a difference every day.